If your training's really stop-start and the thing that's going to be killing you isn't necessarily the programming, it's the lack of consistency. But as we all know, I'm not saying anything new here, we all know need to be consistent to see the results we're after, but most people struggle to do it. You might smash the gym out for a month, but then maybe you half-ass it for the next few weeks or life gets in the way, and then you repeat this cycle, and before you know it, a year's gone by, you haven't really seen much progress, or even multiple years have gone by and you really haven't seen much progress at all. Well, today I'm going to help you change that because I'm going to show you the stages you need to have in place before you can get consistency and your results. Now, you can apply this if you've been to the gym for 10 years, 10 months, 10 days, 10 minutes, it really does not matter. If you have these steps in place, you're going to be able to see almost a snowball effect that's going to get you to the consistency you're after and therefore the results. To try and achieve said consistency, there's a formula sequence, whatever you want to call it, with 4 things in there that if you have in your training, the results will almost definitely follow. And it's not some sort of edgy, salesy thing, or you must follow these 4 steps. Like if you just have these in your training, it can come in any form, but if you achieve them, you're going to get results. Now what's the first one? First one is enjoyment. Unfortunately, for those of you who might be new on this channel, you're going to have to look at my incredible, or should I say not incredible, handwriting, okay? It does look like I write with my feet, I know, but you're just going to have to deal with it. If you don't enjoy your training, you're not going to stick to it. And it's not even just that. If you don't enjoy something, you're going to do it less. If you do enjoy it, you can do it more. But if you enjoy it more, you're going to actually apply yourself even more and give that a little bit extra, which means you're probably going to get more out of what you are doing. Even if you're not doing that much, if you enjoy it, you're going to get more out of it. So this is why, for me, with all my clients, I try and have enjoyment as one of the foundations of the program. Now, obviously, there's a level to this. You know, when you've got a couple of reps left and you feel like you can't do any more and you're trying to squeeze it out or something like that, you might not be enjoying it in that moment. I don't mean you need to skip into the gym and be really happy and skip out again. But if you at least enjoy the general week, you like, you know, the type of movement you're doing, if you like strength training, you're doing movements that you feel like you're seeing progress in, or that you understand or that you're enjoying, or you're doing a form of cardio you enjoy as opposed to just being on the treadmill for half an hour, all of this does make a difference and it will add to getting the one thing that we said we need, which is consistency. But that will come later. Now, enjoyment links into something that's almost more important, but without the enjoyment, you're less likely to have this next thing, which is going to be adherence. Now, if you don't know what adherence means, and I really hope I am going to spell this correctly, adherence means if you stick to your training, okay? As I say, if you enjoy something, you're more likely to stick to your training. We need to stick to our training to get enough repetition in, to get the volume, to get intensity, which therefore is going to get us consistency and results. So if you're more likely to adhere to something, the better chance you have of actually being successful with it. Now, if you've got enjoyment and you're adhering to your training, you might find yourself getting something I call small wins, which is the next stage of this sequence that you want to be going after. Now, what are small wins? If you think about your overall goal, let's say, for example, is doing your first pull-up or doing more pull-ups than you've done before. It's not going to be getting that, but it's going to be maybe doing a pull-up with the least amount of resistance you've done before. So it's almost like a stepping stone to that goal. Now, if you enjoy your training and adhere to it, you might see these more often. When you see these, obviously you feel good, you like it, again, it makes you more likely to keep doing your program. And if you keep doing your program, there's a theme here, you're going to get better consistency, and consistency is going to get you results. Small wins also tells you what you're doing is working. And that's really important. If you don't know it's working, you're not going to apply yourself quite as much. If you know it's working, you're going to see small wins. This is going to keep you going and hopefully snowball over time into that big win you're after. Okay, now you've got small wins. We have everything we need to achieve the one thing I've been banging on about this whole video, and that is consistency. Now, I should probably write this a little bit bigger because quite frankly, I have written everything so small so far. I'm really hoping that I'm going to get to the edit and see that you can read it. Even if you can just about make it out, I'm keeping it in here because quite frankly, I don't want to spend my whole day on the whiteboard because I could, it looks like I write with my feet, as you know. These 3 things, enjoying, adherence, small wins, can help you be more consistent. We all know it's important, but some people just don't know the vessels you need to actually get there, okay? Now, once you've got these 4 things, what's going to follow is going to be the results. So I mentioned a minute ago about the small wins. Doing this over time, those small wins consistently will snowball to results, which is what you're looking for, okay? Now, what happens when you fall off this sequence, okay? So if you lose the enjoyment, your adherence might be worse. Then what you need to do, get right back to the start, okay? And once you've gone through results, we want to get all the way back to the start and make sure we've got that, because it really, from my experience, it follows in that order. Once you've got all of this, you're going to be really good to go. Regardless of what your training goal is, you have to accept there's going to be some elements that maybe you're not always going to like. But overall, if you start with enjoyment, the rest of it will be a lot easier to follow. But whatever stage you fall off the wagon, make sure you've got the other ones before you go back to try and nail that specific step. So now you have the sequence that should hopefully set you on the road to getting the results you're after. The problem most people have is that they go straight into that results stage and they forget the other three things or four things I should say, that can come before it. And, you know, people who maybe see me train people in the gym think that I'm always happy, maybe even a bit jokey all the time. But the reason is, a lot of my training is centered around making people enjoy it because I know what's going to come after, okay? And what enjoyment looks like for one person isn't going to be what it looks like for you. So you need to understand what that's going to be, because then if you have a trainer, it's going to be so much easier for them. Now, obviously, now's a good time for me to sell online coaching. I'm not going to say really any more than that. If you are looking for an online coach, I'll leave a link in the description. But if you refer me to other people you've seen, then great. If you don't, then don't worry at all. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed the video and this helps you in some way, and you can think of practical ways you can apply this sequence to you and hopefully start seeing the results you're after. And I shall see you in the next video.